Josh, just being around recruiting as much as you've been over the past, decade or so at this point, you think about that class with Chris Partridge back in 2015, 16, 17 that he was building in New Jersey and the footprint they had there and the amount of familiar faces they brought in then. Do you think that plays a role here with Davis to have that circle around him that's interested in following where he goes, or are your sources telling you that Davis is independently leaning towards Michigan, and if the rest come, it's just an accessory?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think Michigan does absolutely want those other kids, Ship and Goodwin and Peel. I think those are three legit targets outside of Jadyn Davis alone. I think, if the worst possible case scenario were to happen where, Davis goes elsewhere, if that were to happen, I still believe those three would be takes regardless. It's not just hey, let's grab this guy, so we can get the big fish. I think those three guys were talking, obviously two separate classes as well, but all three of those guys could, definitely make an impact on the field at some point in their collegiate career. I think Ship is fantastic. Goodwin can develop into a really good receiver, and I think Chris Peel is ready to come in day one and compete. I think he's that good. So, getting that North Carolina pipeline is good. I think obviously the most important thing is if you can land all four, that'd be great. Even just finishing 75% out of those four guys, I think is a solid win. But obviously you got to cap it off with the big guy, 5-star Jadyn Davis. I mean, you got to, no matter where this turns out, he's got to be the main guy. He's got to be the headliner. And you got to get him in the class sooner rather than later, just to have a leader of that class to kind of get it all together. I mean, because you kind of see what's happening here in 23 without, that pure quarterback leader, because, no matter what kind of personality you are as a quarterback, you're always kind of seen as the leader of the recruiting class, just like you're the leader of the offense. So I think, having a guy in place, a 5-star guy, a top 50 player, top whatever he is in 24, having him in and committed early is a big deal. And, that's not even talking about what happened with, CJ Carrs and Dante Moores of the world that happened in Michigan early this summer. So, I don't necessarily think it's an accessory. I definitely think those guys would be takes regardless of what happens to Davis or what happens to everyone else in that group. And I think Michigan has a really good shot with all four of them, to be honest with you.